Alright YouTubers, this is going to be my first YouTube video. This is Chris. I'm doing a video today on Standing Liberty quarters, how to figure out if it's a 1916 or not. These quarters were made from 1916 to 1930. I've been collecting like coins probably about 10-15 years, so I'm very much interested in them, their value, their history of them, and the reason I'm making this video, I went to look up on YouTube like how to figure it out a few years back, like for myself, and I realized that there weren't many videos about it. I just kind of had to figure it out on my own, so I figured I would make this video for anyone trying to figure out if they have a rare coin or not. I mean, this coin in poor condition, graded, PCGS says it's worth about $1,000 in poor condition. That's the lowest condition it could be. $1,000 for something you could pick up for spot price at like the silver melt value right now, probably about $3 and change, and it could be $1,000 or more coin. So let's get started. This one right here, I have two. I have this one right here and this one right here. Now this right here is a type 1, which was only made 1916 and 1917. During 1917, they started making type 2. They did this because if you look at the breast right over here, when this coin was minted, the breast showed a lot more than you see the breast on this one. And this type 2, there was like a shield, like a breastplate almost over this one. Now it's completely worn off, as you see, but this one had no breastplate at all. You saw the whole boob and nipple and everything. So with this type 2, you see, if you look at the head where the hair is, like the ponytail at the end, you see it's one way. You come here, totally different. That's one way to tell if it's a type 1 compared to this type 2. That's a very easy way for me. Another way to tell, if you look at the back, right, this type 2, 3 stars underneath. Type 1, no stars underneath. So even if you're just looking at the back of this coin, you could tell already if you have a type 1 or a type 2, right? Now, also, now that's just for a type 1 or a type 2, but I'm making this video to figure out if you have a 1916, which is rare. There was only 52,000 minted, and that was 101 years ago. So, I mean, you can only imagine how many are probably left out there. So now, to figure out if it's a 16 or 17, this is the type 1 now. You look, it's very small, but if you look back at the ponytail, there's like a very faint line right on top of it, right? That's a sign of a 1917. Without that tiny line above it, that's a sign of a 16, which is a good sign. Also, if you look at this shield, it's mostly faded, but you can see the outline of the shield. There's those little tiny rivets. Let me zoom in so you can, on top of the shield. If you see those rivets, especially in poor condition as this one is, that's a very, what's the word? Very bad sign if you're looking for a 16, because that's like a very key indicator for me in this condition that this is a 17. For the 1916s, it just wasn't stamped as good, I guess. It just doesn't hold. If you see a 1916 in this kind of condition, those rivets will just be gone. Like I said, the hair, you'll just see the one line. But for me, this shield is the biggest indicator, because the hair can just be worn, you know, it could be hard to tell. It's very small, as you could see, but you could see those rivets clearly. I mean, and look, there's no date on this. You can't see a date. There's no way you could tell. You have to just tell by those indicators. They say there's also some indicators down at the bottom of the skirt, the drapery of it. That I don't like to go by. I mean, it's very hard to tell. In better condition, I mean, I'm sure it's a lot easier. But when it gets to a condition like this, I don't like to go by that. And also this Type 2 I brought because this also, the date is completely gone. But I brought it to show the features. Like this Type 2, the hair is completely different than that hair. The shield, look how much more spaced out the rivets are on this Type 2 shield compared to how close they are together. If I can get it in here, on the Type 1 shield. And then, like I said, the 3 stars under the eagle on the back, you could tell it's a Type 2 right away. No stars, it's a Type 1. And 1916 was only made in this Type 1. So, well, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, leave comments at the bottom. I plan on making many more videos to come, coin related, not coin related. So please subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you all later.